Let's get you updated on our grain trade in this segment here. We'll start with our quotes provided by Bar Chart on the corn. Let's go. Let's see what's going on in that May contract. All right, on the May corn, we are down 4 cents, not as much as we were earlier, but still lower. We're at 672.5. You have December corn dropping by a penny at 565 3/4. That is exactly a nickel off of its overnight high. In the soybean market so far today, pretty quiet on the nearby May, just a penny higher at 15.18. That has backed off a long ways from its overnight high. It's come off of that by 13 cents now. You have the July, now 3 higher. November soybeans are actually up by 7 3/4 cents right now. Well, on the wheat market, it has been an uphill battle. We have the May Chicago wheat 2 3/4 lower at 693 3/4 after hitting a high last night of 707. But when you look at the Kansas City market here, you have the May contract dropping 9.5 cents. We're all the way down to 8.80 1/4, almost on the low of the day. That's 18 cents at least off of our overnight high. Well, if you look at spring wheat in Minneapolis, we're down 2 cents at 8.87 on the May contract. July is currently down 1 3/4 cents. In July cotton, we are now showing a price of 83.83 per pound. That would be up 55 points. And December is up 47 at 83.35. Oh, it's that time of the week where we check in with the one and only Ben Hushon of the mill in Whitehall, Maryland, to get an update on what's going on in the Mid-Atlantic region as far as agriculture. All right, Ben, are you getting good planting conditions? Is it too wet, too dry, too cold? What's going on today?
Good morning, Marlin. Well, we continue to have a much warmer spring and much drier spring than what we typically have. So when you talk about equipment, we had probably a quarter to a half inch of rain rolled in last Saturday, Friday night into Saturday. But again, we were going into that shower, into that rain, very dry, so it didn't take long for that to disappear or to get soaked up, and the ground planters are back at it. Pretty much decided if you own a corn planter or a bean planter, you're using at least one of them this week. Corn planters are just making tremendous progress. Soybean planting also. Some reports of ground being so hard they can't plant until that rain came through here recently. And, of course, folks like us in the custom application business, it is a real challenge. Ground temperature warmer than in my memory this time of year, which means corn's not going to land the ground for 12 to 14 days for us to get to it. So a lot of high pressure going on here at this point.
You know, the video that we're showing that you had shot earlier, it shows some no-till planting going on. Is that pretty common nowadays?
It is. It's very common. A lot of cover crop, which is just like anything. Mother Nature likes to keep farmers on their toes. We talked about the warmer weather, and cover crop is getting pretty tall. In fact, the one brief snippet of the sprayer that I had shown there, that was cover crop barley. That, boy, if we hadn't gotten to it yesterday, it likely would have been starting to head out later this week. So that's an indication that cover crops have done really well this spring. Dry fall, so they get off to a slow start, but this early warm, those cover crops certainly, there's a lot of biomass there, for better or worse, depending on which side you're looking at it.
Yeah, and I know I don't have much time left here, but just real quickly, you were telling me during the break, I noticed yesterday on the crop condition report, USDA has soil moisture conditions, and I saw a huge drop in Pennsylvania. Does that sound right to you?
Yeah, extremely accurate. In fact, we talk and preach to a point nitrogen stabilization, and the folks who have not done that this spring, or the folks who have taken that shortcut of just buying the less expensive 14-day coverage, probably have missed the boat, because we have gone 3 weeks in many cases before that most recent shot of rain. And I don't think Tim Ross has any significant rain coming our way in the next 10 to 14 days from what I've seen. So, yes, I would totally agree with that soil moisture that they reported.
Okay, really drying out in Pennsylvania. All right, we'll have to have a talk with that Tim Ross character about that. Thank you for the update there, Ben. Good to hear from you again. Ben Hushon of the Mill in Whitehall, Maryland. We'll be back in a moment. I'll run down our livestock prices next.